starting the recording right now. This is the second day of the WGL European Qualifier number 1. 2 slots to China and $650 on the line for the winner of this. We have in the winner bracket Foggy versus Sonic that will be played later today. We start in the lower bracket with the game that was postponed, and our first match is NightEnd versus ToD. Romania versus France. Super rare collision here. The winner will face Cash. And then, of course, we continue with the winner bracket. And then all the way through here today, we will see the winner in the end. First 3 matches are going to be best of 3. The final 2 matches are going to be best of 5. And here are your first 2 players. Both around for such a long time. 33 years old is ToD at the moment. Of course, his achievements in Warcraft absolutely legendary, winning WEG in 2006. Playing for 4 Kings for such a long time, alongside Grubby, Creo, Fov, you name them. And yeah, he's back. Same for NightEnd, MTW player, qualified for BlizzCon, but not making it due to some legal actions, actually. Pretty good win rate versus human, as it seems, here with a 64%. And the game has started on Last Refuge. Off we go.
All right, then. Big question here, of course, is always expansion or not? And they're talking about the game that happened yesterday. There was an unfortunate disconnect for NightEnd, but yeah, he requested the postponement for today, so kind of fair, I guess, that it's even still.
Yeah, NightEnd really wanted to postpone it to today because he was so tired. And was kind of forced to play the first one of the lower bracket because we couldn't postpone that one. And then, yeah, once the disconnect happened, we said, okay, let's play tomorrow. So, ToD in the upper right with Alta, Barracks, Double Farm. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Mountain King here on LR. NightEnd in the bottom left in the red trunks, deciding to go for a normal build this far as well. Could be a ghoul build maybe, but I'm expecting a graveyard here very, very soon.
It is.
Archmage.
Yeah, super standard so far. Ted Fiend on the one side and AM, you know, normal barracks timing on the other. Far forward Ziggurat is especially valuable here on LR because with that you can creep the laboratory fairly easily. With a couple of Fiends coming in later, I am certain. So, yesterday ToD showed no expansion. He showed 1 base play. Is he gonna go for a bit of a mind game here? Try to change it up compared to yesterday? I would assume no. I would assume he sticks to his rifles. He seems to be confident in them nowadays. But of course, the decision is up to him still.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many games of Human vs. Undead in 1.30, but I expected the impact of the gyrocopters to be a lot bigger. Haven't seen them at all.
A player's forces are under attack
On this current patch.
When we get to the very late game, like 70 versus 70 or whatever, usually destroyers will come in, and then we do see a couple of gyros coming in, and they are better now. But it is so not worth it anymore to go mass destroyers.
Yeah.
The nerf has certainly hit hard, that there's not really need for mass gyros even.
Yeah, indeed. Flak cannons, of course, available at level 2. That's why the gyros are so much better, and of course more attack speed, more damage as well. So DK starts to creep here after losing the Acolyte, unfortunately, to the creeps. Not the greatest start for NightEnd here. And I think
nice awareness here by ToD, realizing that actually his opponent's creeping right around the corner. Replenishment potion from the High Priest, also pretty nice. Undead lacking healing for a long time until their statues finally. And the AM already putting in a few good right clicks here. DK low, but again, he has replenishment. Last hit coil, hits nicely. But he's gonna need a bunch of those to get to the level 2, which is of course what he wants, what he needs. But ToD also wants this one, otherwise he's not level 2 himself either.
there was, yeah, this nice replenishment potion helps the DK out a lot, because ToD did a good job, as you pointed out, by putting some pressure on the DK. That's what you want. That's what we all expect. No level 2 Archmage, a little unfortunate. So this coil was very impactful to steal that 1 creep to prevent the Brilliance or to prevent the mana regen. And I pointed it out yesterday that ToD oftentimes, when it comes to the bigger fights, his Archmage is low on mana. So maybe it's starting here again.
And actually couldn't get to that level 2 because it turned nighttime and the Nightcrawler hides in the shadows once again.
We've seen
And
it
here
yesterday 2 times. And now the 3rd time.
And here it is, Militia walking over. So this time it is the expansion. He is not playing it the same as it was yesterday. It's changing it up. And yeah, now AM completely out of mana. Has to get this creep camp done without too much difficulty. And it should be able to. There is pressure on the DK. That was not even close with the coil. Tried for the last hit there, but that was severely mistimed. Keeps pressure on the AM as well. That would be the big last hit here. And it goes... No, he didn't get it.
Yep, it goes to ToD, who all of a sudden is level 2.6. Not, okay, getting with the Fiend shot this Footman now, finally. But everything is low for him. Fiend arrived, was constantly pressured by these Footmen. DK as well. So ToD doing a great job creeping this here without any pressure. Of course, NightEnd with some mistakes, maybe a little nervous even after all those years and with all his experience. Of course, had a lot of experience as a StarCraft competitive player as well. StarCraft 2, that is. So he shouldn't be nervous for a Warcraft tournament, but you know, we see it at Moon, we see it for Lin. Maybe it hits NightEnd as well.
Yeah, and side off, if we want to go deep down into the specifics, it actually started off with the first creep camp because he got his first skeleton ensnared. Not supposed to happen. Slowed down everything. That's why he only had the 1 last hit. That's why he's missing experience. That's why he's level 1 now only. And that is a catastrophe for Undead. Maybe that's a bit of a strong word, but you really, really want level 2. Really good scouting as well, by the way, from the Footman. Checking the other avenue of approach to see the Undead coming. So he is in position to defend. If you can keep this scout tower up here, or rather this arcane tower, that is the dream. But it's very far forward, and it's definitely getting cancelled. That's a big deal. Doesn't have to worry about that for a while. And with a couple of peasant kills coming in, it is finally the level 2, but also level 3 for the AM.
Indeed. Level 2 water elementals available now, and more damage from this Archmage thanks to better stats. And he throws those fireballs onto the Death Knight, making him run away fairly soon, I guess. There's no coil at the moment, so he can't stand in with the Fiends any longer. So he lost to Footman, he lost a few workers, he lost the tower. But the Expo is up. And most of the workers survived as well. Tier 2 tech has started, ToD in general, with very fast techs all the time.
A player's forces are under
His
attack.
economy was bruised here, though. As we can see, not too much mining at the expansion right now. Needs to get those towers up. But here's the Lich. Again, the Footy scouting for this. And yes, he gets that intel nice and early, but gives his life once again. And we don't have that big, overwhelming mass of Footmen just yet. More and more will be coming, of course. But it's mostly the AM here doing the heavy lifting. Once again, the tower cancelled. And maybe this positioning was a little bit too far forward. Oh, but the surround on the Lich. Does he have it? He still... Oh, he barely gets out. And if that doesn't lead to a kill, that's expensive.
But there's a Fiend that he can get. Nice block by ToD and no coil anymore. Also, no TP here. Big pickup. Diminishing the damage by quite a lot. And NightEnd still far away from level 3, while ToD is at 3.3. Tier 3 is on the way, though. Halfway done, while ToD is still technically Tier 2. Basically in sync with attacks, but just 1 tier difference.
Yeah, with the statue now coming in, sustaining is going to be much easier for NightEnd. But the issue is still the DK. Yes, he got level 2, but he needs to start to get to level 3 here. Usually this is where you have 3 to 4 Fiends.
Yeah.
And you start picking off Footmen one after the next, especially with the defend being so much weaker than it was before. And I feel like, do humans just not get defend at all anymore in any game?
I don't think it's worth it anymore. It's so much weaker than it was since it's patched and like not nerfed or bugged, but really patched since it was broken and not working in the way it was intended to be working. And yeah, it doesn't make a big difference anymore. Second barracks and blacksmith, we've seen this a lot from ToD for mass rifleman.
Okay, interesting. Mass rifles on tier 2 kind of makes sense with ToD, but when we compare it to other humans around the world, very, very unusual indeed. But he's gonna have a pretty respectable tier 2 force. But when you go up against triple hero with orb and perhaps A-bombs and disease cloud, rifleman can fall off pretty hard. And what is the hero choice here for ToD? Pretty sure it's gonna be MK.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh. Dark Ranger for NightEnd and Mountain King for ToD. Okay, Dark Ranger against Mass Rifleman. Is that necessary? I would have loved to see a Cryptlord or Dreadlord actually for double AoE with Nova.
Yeah, against mass rifles, that is definitely better, I would say, especially when the armies become big. But you don't know if the human stays on that tech. He can certainly transition out of it, go to tier 3 with the help of the rifles, and then go wherever he wants. And then, here like a Crypt Lord, especially, falls off pretty hard if suddenly you're going up against Knights and Griffins or something like that.
So, is there a downside of the Dreadlord except the tech? I mean, the timing. But he sends the Dark Ranger back now, so it's not really an advantage to have the Dark Ranger early.
I think the Dark Ranger is just the reliable hero. Dark Ranger is always going to be good, whereas the other heroes
That's true.
can show some weakness.
NightEnd forgot some statues in the back. He's gonna have 4, and the destroyer upgrade is finished, so he's going heavy destroyers, pretty old school.
I think he's intentionally hiding them.
All
And
right.
he's kind of playing against the meta. Nobody expects a destroyer push anymore, so maybe this is what makes it good.
Indeed, wow, but he's losing too many fiends, I guess. The Stormbolt's really working, but there was a deny here, no further experience. Well, they're having a few spikes here, fortunately. Destroyer number 1 up, but nice focus by ToD on this DK town portal. Where's the TP?
Oh, wow.
33
That was such a sick
HP.
block.
Well done by ToD.
And so far he hasn't seen the additional statues, but guess where he's going right now? Oh, he didn't see it. It was too far away, I think. NightEnd in trouble, man. This destroyer push is supposed to hit sooner rather than later, but it's still only 2 guard towers at the expo. This could still work.
But ToD will force a fight away from his expo, as it seems. NightEnd at 48 supply now, 2 destroyers in the air. Will he move the 3rd one? Yes, but he has no mana. Okay, now he does.
And the thing is, he does have somewhat of an answer. He does have the rifles. Not too many, but it's piercing damage.
Still a lot of magic damage here against the Mauler, who's of course used his 4th destroyer. That means no region on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going for the towers, and the first one he takes out very quickly. Only level 1 coil here to heal. Finally, with that tower kill, he got the level up. But now most of the mana is gone, and now the rifles should be able to hold their ground here.
Oh, and he can't even break the tower. Going with Nova and Black Arrow for the Rifleman, but plenty of damage on 2 of those destroyers. And good positioning for the Rifleman here in general. Throws a coil to get rid of this 3rd last one. But what now?
He needs statues desperately here for some sustain. What's up with his rally points? Once again, a statue was just sitting in the main.
Certainly some mistakes by NightEnd. In the main of ToD, only casters and mass rifles. No tier 3 tech. Level 4 Archmage with the level 2 Brilliance Aura now. Only level 1 MK. NightEnd is doing a good job from preventing ToD from creeping or getting any kind of experience here, actually. And he needs a Lich level 3 now. Has good inventory with Claws, Circlet, and Orb of Corruption. Of course, only -4 armor with this patch, but still good. And the Archmage out of position, but still alright.
Yeah, I think this is, again, mainly for scouting. ToD is doing such a good job, always looking for that scout, knowing where he is and is not allowed to go. And thanks to this information, he can now creep this camp, the Turtle, with the rifles and the MK. He may have to TP out of this, but that's definitely worth it for the level 2 and the big item.
NightEnd is going for the red spot because there's Dispel possible against the Inner Fire that gives him some mana. Legion Doomhorn, 1 for the shop because he has that aura already. But it's good gold and very good experience. NightEnd now with a double Slaughterhouse Abo transition. Finally something effective against the Rifleman.
And what is ToD going towards? He's not going into upkeep. I deem that to be pretty greedy. He does have the expansion. 900 gold. But then again, he has quite a few towers, so probably he can hold his bases with a backup of rifles. And double workshop coming. So he's going basically to double counter destroyers. With gyros and with rifles. Isn't that
tanks?
Overdoing it?
But he needs to tech for that, of course. Mortar teams don't really make much sense against destroyers. So yeah, it must be gyros then, right? Good pickups for NightEnd, who's coming back into this game. Of course, fighting against the expansion. Helping ToD a little with his Ogre Magi. Great healing for him at level 3 all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was important. Good solo creeping on the MK, gets that level 3, and that wasn't easy. He was under quite a bit of pressure. This is tier 3 undead after all, with pretty good heroes. They're not overwhelming, but they're 3-3-2. That's pretty nice. Could this be a window of opportunity to counter-expand for NightEnd? He's close to his gold mine. Or would that just be too late? We have ToD now going into upkeep.
All right, 67 supply for the undead. ToD's killing something. Back to 50. Wind of the wind for him to prevent some coils on the decay. Can be dispelled immediately though. And it is flag cannon into gyros. But yeah, the transition for NightEnd is already there. It's on the ground, it's smelly, and it spreads disease like crazy. The abomination. Second red spot, Cactus Pipe!
Oh, baby. That's the dream right there.
More mana regen for undead is always nice. NightEnd forgot the ziggurat a little. Can go for upgrades maybe, but doesn't do so. More and more experience. Second claw for the Lich. Third claw for the Lich.
Jesus Christ.
NightEnd is gearing up, and the next push is gonna be very, very deadly.
A player's forces are under attack.
ToD sees this now. There's not much left to creep for ToD.
He's got the most important levels, I guess, but usually as human, you're supposed to follow up with tier 3 and then go for Paladin third. That guy is really, really good to add in late game, especially if you get into level 3. But this map is quickly being eliminated of creeps, so
Yeah.
I wonder how he's ever supposed to get to level 3 if he even goes there.
Yeah. Crazy XP gain by NightEnd here. 433 all of a sudden.
And the items as well, absolutely amazing.
If he
just found
gets... Oh, sorry. Yeah, he just found... well...
it. Plus 9 agility on the Dark Ranger as well.
Plus the Black Arrow. That's a lot of damage. Don't underestimate that.
With these two ranged heroes, he could really start to snowball hard against these rifles.
Yeah.
ToD is finally going tier 3.
Yeah. But he has
I
to.
feel like this is a little late.
What does he want to go against this? Like, he really don't want to build another production building, right? Counter expansion by NightEnd. You have 5 already. 2 barracks, 2 workshops, 1 sanctum. Would have been quite a waste.
The question is if ToD, he can size up the undead army because he already has pretty much maxed out. And he can decide what the best unit comp to go against this is.
Well, it's fairly easy, I guess, because there's only 1 fiend as anti-air. So,
yeah.
air is the answer.
Gyros and Griffins.
Yeah. But you need, like, Griffin Aviaries, you need Stormhammers upgrade. And they're quite expensive.
Yeah. He could really use a Shredder. Could have used a Shredder for a while, but maybe it's too late now.
And that's, like... Would have loved to see the Dreadlord, really. Would have been so great against this now. Especially against the gyros. Dark Ranger doesn't do anything to gyros. Except right click.
If he hits double silence on MK plus Paladin, that's good, but...
Yeah.
Of course, you can also go for skeletons. Those can be eaten for more Nova, so she's by no means bad.
Oh, can he steal? Oh, NightEnd! Stole the Magi, big mana stone for the Mountain King here. Here comes the silence, here comes Nova, forcing ToD into a town portal. Not getting the Mountain King too greedy. And wow, he gets the Magi and the Mauler. More and more experience for NightEnd, who is 4-4-4 now.
Yeah, these heroes are officially super strong. Don't know about the army so much. This is, again, pretty hard count. As you pointed out, there is very, very little anti-air in this undead force. He's going high upkeep.
Wow. We've seen this from Foggy yesterday against ToD already. Which was rare. Second, well, ToD is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 production buildings for the French human. And look at this Lich! Oh my god! He is plus 29. And a Pendant of Energy, 630 mana. I would love to have a damage meter right now on this boy.
That is one of the craziest liches you're ever gonna see. The Dark Ranger, by the way, also good damage. She has lots of bonus agility, and she has the extra damage from the Dark Arrow as well, which does something here as well. On level 2. Flying machines flying over, I imagine bombs are coming in, but not there just yet.
Is he upgrading? Yes, he is, but that will take some time. But he can't trap him, so that's alright.
But NightEnd's going for more A-bombs.
Yeah.
Is that really the right call?
I mean, maybe the Lich and Destroyers can deal with the Griffins alone? Is that his thinking? Yes, by the way, no town portal on NightEnd.
And ToD is at 80 supply, but this army doesn't look all that big if you ask me.
And he has no space for Griffin. Okay, he builds 1. But apart from that, he has no space for Griffins. Except if he wants to go high upkeep as well.
And this is really hard to micro for ToD as well. He has no front line, really.
Yeah, but this is a perfect position because the A-bombs will all block each other.
Yeah.
Miscoiled, I guess. He didn't want to throw that on the Mountain King, but rather on the A-bomb. 7 destroyers, 96 supply. Not a single upgrade. Ooh. He's getting a better position with the A-bombs here as well. Invo Potion getting rid of the silence here for a clap. Here comes the gyros. How does he want to get rid of the gyros? No anti-air. Destroyers are falling against this. More damage and flak cannons are up. Mountain King in the meantime almost falling, but he has the staff. No card at the moment thanks to the Wind of the Wind. Not the spelling from the destroyer. Flak cannons don't do that much anymore as the gyros are falling. Mountain King silence dead! And only the Archmage remaining with level 5. NightEnd still at 80 supply and ToD is falling down to 60, and on the chase is the undead. Towers are coming in for the rescue, but not for much longer. Level 5 on the DK, almost level 5 on the Lich. ToD trying to find a sanctuary in his towers here, but disease cloud is spreading, and 4 destroyers still in the air, getting rid of the next flying machine, and the water elementals don't do anything anymore thanks to the Devour magic.
And that army was just too scary, man. It was a fully fledged tier 3 undead army with strong heroes behind as well. And now Nova after Nova finding kill after kill. The Lich is almost level 5 here. Most of the destroyers have fallen, but they did their job. They broke this position. I don't think he can hold these towers. The A-bombs by themselves can pretty much chew through this. And of course, the big loss was the MK. That invul usage, was that a little too ambitious maybe? Use that to get rid of the silence there.
No staff ready as well. Rifleman and the gyros. Can they get rid of more of the destroyers? There is 5 undead heroes now. NightEnd is dropping in supply though. 2 destroyers down. A-bomb about to fall as well. Third one in the upper left. Is NightEnd giving this game out of hand somehow? Not really though. Next coil Nova could kill the Archmage, but not ready yet.
Player's forces are under attack.
He may be taking a few losses here, but he's got so much remaining. He has 5 heroes backed up by a Khadgar's pipe.
Yes.
This is the undead dream right here. You can just spam spells every day, all day. And you're going up against rifles. Like every coil Nova's a kill.
And the Lich has almost 700 mana as well.
Yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, level 3 skeletons, by the way. Oh yes, give me that full mana.
Yeah. Mana. Yeah, this is the perfect build basically. So ToD must go for Blizzard, I guess. Mountain King is back, by the way. Was level 4, quite expensive. Expo still running, but only for 1,000. Main gold mine down for ToD. Sold now by NightEnd. So both players down to 1 base. And that's exactly why ToD wanted to hold this position here and claim it for himself. But NightEnd said no.
Yeah. ToD was, I don't know, maybe the timings for him didn't quite line up. His tier 3 was so late, maybe he should have gone for earlier tier 2 push. But it was hard to do, man. He actually suffered a lot of damage at his expansion. The destroyer attack, it all cost a lot to re-establish those peasants and so on and so on. Wasn't a perfect game by any means. Wasn't easy, I guess, to get to this stage.
Mass teleport could change a lot if the Archmage gets up to 6. There's basically no good ultimate except Charm for the undead.
Oh, but look at the destroyers again.
Yep. Go.
Push.
Mighty Morphin Destroyer time. 85 supply once again. And ToD at 69. But there's Griffin's mighty Nova and the area of effect of the destroyers. What's going on the ground? The Rifleman quite safe back there. Clap hits the 3 heroes. All slowed. Shredder dies, but the Griffins as well. Oh, DK focus. There is no TP on him. Use the potion and the invul at the same time. No death pack as it seems. Nova in the backline. And so much damage coming from all those undead spells. Silence on the heroes. Well timed by NightEnd once more. And the Mountain King, no item this time. Is the staff ready? No, it's not.
Coil Nova, kill after kill. ToD down to 46 supply only. NightEnd at 85.
And the Lich
hasn't dropped down into low upkeep.
Lich has 4 more Nova. DK is close to 6. Here's the Nova. Where are the right clicks? Ah! Good eye sniper, I thought, but no. Close to the towers. Little bit of a healing. Nice coil to save him there. So much mana from all the destroyers. The water elements are absolutely useless.
Yeah.
XD instead of GG. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of supply, and Romania prevailing on map number 1 after 23 minutes of high-level hero action.
Yeah, and I think here we saw the weakness of rifles coming in. When they are in this super late game, massive armies with extremely strong heroes, they're not the best unit anymore. You would much prefer to have knights, you know, tier 3 units, basically. Knights and griffins and maybe a bunch more gyros, because he didn't have too many of those.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Like, also having 7 production buildings is so expensive and takes so much time. And NightEnd was pretty straightforward, right? He had this idea, he had this plan, he got his buildings up, he did the units, and he stuck with it. And it worked.
I think he did try to break that expo, but he didn't quite manage to. But he was like, all right, you're stuck on tier 2. I'm just gonna creep all of the map and get like 4/4/4 heroes. And even if you do get a paladin, it's not gonna be a strong one.
Yeah, indeed, that was a big question, a big problem there. We have a few new subs here. Thank you, Jamaica Sun 89, Rezel TV for 4 months. Thank you. Keep up the awesome casts. We try. And Blubberbernd gifting a sub to Stoker, who totally deserves this. Mr. Twitch for Warcraft 3.info. Amazing. I mean, there's like 5,000 Warcraft streamers now in the Warcraft 3.info database. 4,987 have been included by Stoker, so this guy is crazy. Don't pin me down on the numbers, by the way, but it's kind of like that.
I thought you actually did know the exact number.
No,
like,
no.
Is it really that many? That's crazy. I would have believed you, man. All right, map number 2. We're going on to Amazonia. Well, this is one of those maps where expanding can be dangerous. It has always been a hard expansion map. The new militia duration doesn't do you any favors here. It's also close to the island main if it gets assaulted. I would not be surprised if this was a one-base play now by ToD.
Me neither. But again, Archmage, right?
Yeah.
Mountain King on this map doesn't really work. We've seen it from TH like once. But that would really surprise me. I expected the Mountain King on Last Refuge. Didn't go for it, so I'm pretty sure he goes old school Archmage opening.
Yeah, very certain as well. As you said, MK has seen a little bit of play, but it's so risky, man.
Yeah.
You take so much damage from the creeps. You don't even have mercs to heal you up, the Shadow Priest. And these are tough creep camps. Has to be the Archmage here.
Archmage
and
it is. On the other side, DK, of course. Crypt a little late, I guess, but still okay. Yeah, early DK for harassment. And NightEnd at the moment, the human killer in this tournament, eliminating Hawk. Now 1-0 up against ToD, so he's 3-0 against human. Seems to like this matchup.
Yeah, going well for him so far. I wonder how ToD wants to try to switch it up. As he stated earlier, he felt that he actually kind of lost the game yesterday. Now the true loss that we just saw. Is this eating into his confidence in this matchup a little bit, perhaps? He has a crazy strong win rate on Battle.net, of course. But NightEnd is a lot better than the average Battle.net player. And showing it here today.
Yeah, they must have met on ladder quite a bit. They are both in the top 3 or 4 or 5 or something. Like super high. And really cool to see these two old school players colliding in 2018. Death Knight starting to creep instead of harass. Just waiting for ToD to start this expansion. And I'm really curious, like, is he going for the expansion or not? That's the big question here. And the answer will be given by ToD in a bit. He's scouting for it with the Acolyte, the race car worker, thanks to the new movement speed. But again, he's getting killed. This time he denies him though. Oh, can actually run away from this. But now gets the kill.
Oh, Forza now on the footy as well. That's a big deal. Okay, footy survives. But only one coil away from death. And this is the tech now, I guess. This is a late tech then, though. Wow, this could have been a lot sooner,
I
couldn't
think
it?
so too. Yesterday, ToD's techs were perfect, I guess. Super fast.
And he has 9 peasants on lumber. It's So it's gonna be a lot of number, which is good, I guess.
Imperious Tower Rush on tier 2?
That would truly surprise me. Here's a blacksmith though. This is gonna be rifles. This is not a surprise. I guess the good thing with these loads of peasants is you can creep pretty well. DK finds the low HP footy, and executes him with a coil. That's level 2 for him. That's a big deal as well. How much can he steal of this creep camp? Not too many of the small creeps just yet, but I guess the most important one is the big boy. And ToD is actually walking away from this camp, abandoning it just to a DK and a couple of skeletons.
That takes a lot of time. Kind of the romantic creep here. He loves to do this shop early. But if you know about it, or if you scout it, NightEnd did some good scouting with his skeletons, even denying that skeleton here now. So nice min-maxing, I know you like that. Yeah, can be punished hard. And now it takes up to like a minute already to creep this. But bad rally on the crypt, I feel. On the fiend, I feel.
I really like the boots here on the AM as well. It's going to be very good for the MK, and also very good now for bullying the DK. Whenever he goes just slightly into range, you can put on a couple of more right clicks. It's always important for the undead in the early game. The HP on the Death Knight. If it's too low, you cannot be aggressive at all. Limits your options severely.
So ToD could go for the undead base, but with only 2 footmen, not really. Finishing this up now calls for new militia. First rifleman for the damage is coming in as well. Has to be careful about the coils, of course. Can't invest so much time and damage to not get the Sasquatch in the end.
Oh, can he get the Fiend? The coil's on cooldown at the moment, but I think it's gonna get ready just in time. Oh, that was super close. And that's the boots right there. Can bully the DK, can look for Fiend kills, and now the DK truly in a bit of trouble. Well, not exactly trouble in terms of dying, but he's low HP, he's low mana. Can't do much at all right now.
Yeah, the same happened on last refuge, but there was the replenishment potion getting him back up. This time he has to play a lot more careful with his DK, because there is basically no healing. I mean, you can get a potion, but you don't want to invest the resource at the early stage of tier 2. Going for the Lich, going for the MK, going for casters, going for Slaughterhouse. Normal builds thus far.
Yeah, so normally the way you want to play against rifles, what seems to be the best approach is mass A-bombs, a few destroyers, and triple hero with a crypt lord. Kind of the only place in the meta where the hero can really be good, but once he gets to level 3, has that level 2 impale, he becomes very strong against rifles. But this is a small map. How are you gonna creep level 3 crypt lord here? It's gonna be extremely difficult to do. I would dare to say pretty much impossible to do. We'll have to rely on fights going his way, gathering experience there, for that third hero to be really good. Of course, on level 1 and 2, he's also pretty nice, but only on level 3 does he really take off.
Indeed. Level 3 for the DK. Lich already with a great inventory. +9 damage, +3 intelligence, and a little bit of attack speed as well. Tier 3 on the way. And yeah, ToD is facing elimination here on day 2 after his great performance against Foggy. We all expected him to do it and get the second game against Cash in the lower bracket semi-final, but he has to step up his game a little to make that come true. Tier 2 expansion? No.
With only 3 peasants.
Not really.
Rather unlikely, he just absolutely does not have the lumber. He used a lot of his militia during the tech for creeping and for zoning and for presence and stuff. Oh, the greater mana for the MK here. Certainly very good. And the level 2 as well. A little low HP here. We'll have to go for some priest, but I guess he went for sorceress first. No, actually priest. And that means that he is not looking to be aggressive, because an early sorceress can be very good when you meet your opponent out on the map in the mid game. But a priest, of course, provides you the healing that's better for creeping.
NightEnd found a lightning shield, and with abominations, this can be very, very devious in the backline of a human army if there's no dispel, and I don't think there's gonna be dispel. Because there's no need for dispel, except against skeletons, maybe.
Yeah, I think for that reason, Dispel is actually pretty good, because in some situations there's going to be lots of corpses on the ground, you have a rotative necromancy, you pass it around from one hero to the next, suddenly 6 skeletons, and then Dispel can be really good. And I imagine once he's at around 50 supply, maybe he's going to go for that. But I think that's looking pretty good for NightEnd here. Usually, before you have tier 3, the human is the much stronger force on the map, with the casters, with the MK, with the Stormbolt, all that. So considering that, NightEnd is getting a ton of creeping done.
Again,
if he gets to level 3 Lich before the first big fight, I think that's really nice for him.
ToD, same as yesterday, going for the red spot very early, surrounding the granite golem here. So he doesn't do too much, losing a footman, but if it's a good item, it's worth it. But in the meantime, NightEnd was going for his consumable at the natural and is going for the mercenary camp for the big permanent. So it was Medallion of Courage, okay, but not great. Therefore, he gets level 4 and 3. Hero levels are fine. 4 for the DK here as well. Boots of Kel'Thalas, meh. But if he goes for the Dark Ranger, he's up at +9 as well. And he found the bigger mana, which is absolutely worth it. ToD still at tier 2, going for the upgrades here and the spell as well. So the Lightning Shield is basically useless. Tier 3 is done. Crypt Lord it is.
Yeah, it is that mass A-bombs Crypt Lord thing that is very good against the rifles. Wouldn't have minded ToD being more aggressive with the creep route, like going to the natural of your opponent, creeping there, taking that away from him. Make use of the fact that he needs to be tier 3 and he's not yet tier 3. MK here, tanking quite a bit of damage to the long-range nukes.
He has a reju potion, he has an invul, it's fine.
Yeah, priest as well. But it keeps him back, that's the most important thing. If he reaches to the fiends, they are dead. This doesn't last too long, you can't out-heal that.
Yeah.
So NightEnd's just playing ring around the rosy right now. He doesn't want to fight at all just yet.
ToD once again, same as yesterday with the 2 peasant long distance mining, getting in this tiny little bit of gold. He has 5 peasants next to the gold mine. Yeah. But what a weird timing.
Yeah, he knew that the other was passing over there, so he knows he's going to be scouting there right then and there. He just spent all of his money on something else, though.
Yeah, he's moving them back. Long distance mining. He's getting masonry and another attack upgrade.
A player's forces are under attack.
And sorceress now, which I think are a little too late because destroyer upgrade should be finished. He researched it before. Yeah, now going for disease cloud. Oh, big creep jack. This impale could hit so hard. Doesn't want to go for it though. He
only immediately eliminates the first priest, and of course ToD has to retreat. Oh, still wants to get a bit of experience here. He's gonna get that one, I guess. Lich is really strong. So is the DK, level 4, level 2 in the aura. The entire army is pretty fast. Crypt Lord, as I said, can't really creep. Map is too small.
Where's the impale? We're waiting for it. Doesn't want to go for it. Stoneball on the Lich. Here it is. Hitting a lot, but only to buy some time. Destroyer in the air. Statues on the ground for healing and mana regen. DK, as you said, level 4. Lich level 3. Coil again. Can he finish it? No. TP on the Lich. And off we go. NightEnd doesn't want to fight with supply lead.
Yeah, I feel like I could have stayed in there. Was really afraid of the hero focus, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Giving
ToD is
ToD the red
committing
spot.
deep for this kill. He's gonna have to TP out of this. It's gonna be a horrible position for him.
NightEnd knows, immediately re-engaging. Can't, of course, Stormbolt this or anything, or Coil on Nova. So this will go to ToD, but Ancient and Django of Endurance. Nice impale once more, but no follow-up Nova, I guess. So what can he do? Oh, this Endurance aura is so nice with the boots. Here comes the Lightning Shield, but immediately countered. And this army of NightEnd is basically non-existent.
Yeah, I don't know why he's fighting either. There's nothing to fight for here. The creep camp is gone. He's gonna lose quite a few Fiends here, but it's okay. Fiends not really the units you want to have against this rifle-heavy style. But he's gonna have more Stormbolts.
He's
the
so
DK.
fast!
Hell
Both,
yeah.
both armies on speed here, unbelievable. Archmage close to 5. And there's no Nova, doesn't want to use the Impale. But we do have Disease Cloud A-bombs now. It's getting better. Is there a transition for ToD? Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's a little risky though, isn't it?
He won the fight, so I can't see why he's going for that.
He's gonna devour a lot of his resources, pretty much all of his resources here for a time. And he really needs... He has one heal scroll, that's good. He has an invul as well in the MK. Okay, so he's got what he needs, kind of. But he's lacking casters. He's got only rifles. NightEnd was weaving in and out, coil novaing the casters one after the next. Every coil nova is a kill. So now we have barely any priests, no sorceresses at all. We need some healing. Where's the replenishment? The regen scroll.
Yeah. Both players used their big mana potion, by the way. That's gone. Lich is once again such a damage dealer. This attack speed is crazy. And here we go. Expansion is not up. Can he kill all the workers? Impale? Followed by a Nova or not? No, just right-clicking the Expo as ToD is re-engaging.
And NightEnd doesn't have a TP here, doesn't want to engage into this. And here come the A-bombs, lots of them. The MK pretty slow to engage into this fight, going for the clap, but it's suboptimal. And the impale, oh my god. The Crypt Lord died, but he may have done what he needed to. MK, quite a bit of mana left, going for the next clap here coming in. Rifles in the back, still dealing good damage. The mana is what's important here. MK dropping low, has the invul. Is he going to be forced to use it? Not just yet. Level 5 for the AM. That's a big upgrade right there. Doesn't have the new Water Elemental ready just yet, but the A-bombs are pretty damn hard to kill right here. We have 5, 6 of them still on the ground. Stormbolt to zone, but that one doesn't even hurt too much. The A-bombs. He can't deal with them right now.
Yeah, he needs to heal them up soon. They're all dropping down to orange. That was the last coil, but this normal damage. Can he get rid of the expansion before ToD re-engages? Doesn't want to commit as it seems, as he has no town portal and no healing in general. Also, almost no mana anymore. Mountain King is living a dangerous life. Coil Nova could kill him, but he uses that on the workers. Now the Lich in trouble. Could be surrounded, but no.
No Coil Nova though. Wants to go for the Lich. Wants at least force the invul. Nice dodge.
Yeah.
Invul forced, if nothing else.
75 mana for the 175 gold item is okay. Crypt Lord, I guess, died on purpose. There was a coil ready, the DK was ready, but he had no mana there anyway. And he had a lot of melee units in general, so was no purpose to save that Crypt Lord, which you can easily get back for just a tiny bit of gold, a tiny bit of time. No Destroyer in the air anymore, no Fiends, nothing. It's only A-bombs. Very one-dimensional army for NightEnd here.
And this is where sorceresses become unbelievably powerful. They're starting to come out, but slowly. The Expo's running, but he hasn't really been able to reap the full benefits of it just yet.
No protection as well.
Yeah. But if you okay, he has 2 Sorks now with quite a bit of mana, of course. AM does have the level 2 aura. 1 priest here left behind. Should bring that back to the army. Oh my god, it's a lot of A-bombs though. And there is 1 destroyer. Could be more as well.
No invul. Okay, there we have 1 invul. No TP, no healing. That could be an opening for ToD, who has a mana potion on the Mountain King, heal scroll, invul, and a heal scroll and a TP on the Archmage. 56 supply versus 57. Equal here. No impale yet. Only a Nova. No double AoE. The Crypt Lord is falling hard. Invul potion. Last second survives with the impale as well. Mountain King had to use the heal scroll, or the Archmage rather, to save his MK up. TK in a bit of a surround here, taking a lot of damage. Clap again. As I said, no TP, no rescue. There's also no death pack. He's on the bench for quite some time. Crypt Lord leveling up to level 2. What an impale! Hitting everything. Counted again. Mountain King going for the long range Stormbolt. Not enough yet, but the hammer hits him. Can he get a surround kill? Right clicks from the Lich, but with only -4 armor, it's not the greatest anymore. He's trying to save this MK. Hits another Stormbolt. Can he get the double kill here with a little dwarf? It looks like it. Oh, both fall, but it's so much more important that the damage dealer for the undead is gone. Archmage versus Crypt Lord, level 5 versus almost level 3 here. Will the A-bombs reign supreme? No one is going to the tavern.
This is absolutely unbelievable. Heroes falling everywhere, the A-bombs, they're still so hard to take out. He has so little damage left only now that the MK is dead. And yes, he has the gold, but certainly not the lumber for the revive from the tavern. Way too few peasants working on that one.
And now the Water Elementals are so strong against the statues, and he needs the statues desperately. More and more hits on the Crypt Lord. This block here from this Spellbreaker, providing so much damage. NightEnd desperately trying to get away, but no. Now he does get it. Oh boy, triple kill would have been sick. ToD still has the Expo. DK is coming back halfway through. Mountain King as well. But the Lich is missing hard.
Dude, crazy game. That DK kill, if that Death Knight doesn't die, the Lich survives? Wow. That was so close.
A little bit anticlimactic, but man, what a fight in the end, and we go full distance here. ToD not giving up. He was facing elimination right there, but swings back and goes into map number 3. Whoa. What a series! We have 2 new subs here. Thank you, DJCW for 3-month resub, and Thendis for 25-month. Love Warcraft. I hope you enjoy Germany, mate. Why did you leave the Battle.net, mate?
Because my sound didn't work.
This qualifier is seriously great. Yesterday as well, 2,500 people tuning in already for the lower bracket round 2. I wonder what the number will be in the end. The winner of the next map is staying alive, going into the lower bracket semi-final against Cash.
Is it gonna be the rematch of ToD versus Cash? This is where ToD really kind of became a serious threat again for me. I was like, whoa! Taking out Cash in a 2-0. That's pretty sick. And now NightEnd and ToD both here, putting up a great fight. That game could have turned either way on so many occasions.
Yeah.
That was super close.
What do you think about... Should have NightEnd gone for an expansion right there?
I think he could have had the time, maybe. I think he could have done it, yeah.
I think the big mistake was the second engagement at the red spot. That, I don't want to say broke his neck, but threw him back so hard.
Yeah, I really liked his play before with the Coil Nova execute. Just don't even bring your units into danger. Just Coil Nova, caster after caster kill. That was really smart. Expensive in terms of lumber, in terms of mana, but of course, totally worth it.
Yeah.
I also feel like Death Pact perhaps could have won that game for him, but if he doesn't have the aura before, then that's gonna be worse for his A-bombs. It's always gonna be a trade-off, of course. But I'm glad to see that this is so close between these two. And we have a real battle on our hands here.
One map will decide this best of 3 full distance. And it's Turtle Rock. For years and years and years and years and years. Almost impossible to play on TR as a human. Undeads were laughing in your face if you don't veto it. And now those two players will decide their series on that very map.
The big question, of course, to ask first here will always be close position, yes or no? And the answer is no. So ToD can breathe a sigh of relief. It was actually Infi making close positions dangerous for the undead. With Militia running over and being aggressive. But with the new Militia, I doubt how well that would work anymore. But no, it is cross positions. And with that, ToD, is he gonna go for the expansion here? It's very hard to creep.
Yeah.
In the past, you used to do that with defend a lot of the time. Not that good anymore.
No, absolutely not worth it. It's really hard to decide what to do. Expand on the back of the turtle is easier to creep, closer to your base, but also way easier to kick. Go for the expansion, super hard to creep, also kind of easy to harass. It's a big item and big experience though. Go one base, not that easy versus undead.
I mean, he just won with one base, and finding easy experience and quick levels for the MK here is super easily achieved. But then you're gonna go up against triple hero undead, and where we saw the Crypt Lord struggling hard to get levels earlier, he's not gonna struggle here. If we see an exact copy of last game with the rifles into the A-bombs. Near Horizon here, resubbing for 16 months. Great job, B2W, he says. Thank you very much.
Nice. So again, the standard opening for NightEnd with a late Fiends, early Decay. Once again, all eyes on ToD. What's he doing? What about the tier 2 expansion he played on AZ? It worked out well there. It was risky, and he was about... Like, NightEnd was about to kick it. But it worked.
Yeah, I think tier 2 expo here could actually be a really good idea. Because with enough militia and footies, it's pretty easy to creep on the back of the turtle. The issue is, though, it's very easy to harass for the undead. He just has to spawn a couple of skeletons, send them in there, forces a big response, is expensive for the human. He can continue creeping. And of course, if that gets harassed whilst it's being crept, that is very dangerous. But that happens pretty rarely. But I'd like to see that, actually. Tier 2 expo here, wouldn't mind that at all.
Or ToD has another trick up his sleeve that we're not aware of, like the tier 2 tower push yesterday. He's teching, so the answer to the early expansion is a clear no. And this time, the tech is in time, not the little delay that we had on Amazonia.
Once again, he has quite a few peasants still remaining, right? 4 going out. Really cool creep route. Using the 2 water elementals, plus the 4 militia to creep this. I imagine this is going to work. Certainly should, yeah. It is. Really cool. And in the meantime, the AM can move across the map, keep on pressuring the DK, steal his camp away, and get his level 2 with us. Wow.
Really smart.
Super well thought out.
Nice steal by NightEnd, but he will get the big turtle most likely. And this cripples NightEnd hard. I mean, there's already a 1 level difference.
Yeah, but it's hard to get the last hit here, of course, with the DK right around the corner with the coil. So if he had been able to steal this as well, that would have been super amazing, and get the item as well. Not quite that effective, but it was a fast level 2 for the AM. He could, you know, get information on the map. Still really like the item here to pick up. Slippers. Again, he found like 2 of those in the last game. Not exactly the best, but alright. As the DK keeps on creeping. And he's going for the boots, right? He's not creeping this? No, okay. Going for the ogres now. Hoping for those claws, something like that. Pretty much anything he finds here is nice, actually. Even the ring for the MK can be very valuable. Unless, of course, you find better items later on. But NightEnd here, he is right on the money as far as scouting goes and anticipating where his opponent's going to be. Try to steal the item, didn't quite work. Lots of skeletons here now, and footies will start to die. This one for certain. Is he going to invest the coil? Doesn't even need it. Tries for the surround on the scene. That was a little scary.
Was a nice anti-surround with the skeletons there. DK could get another kill if the coil is ready. There we go. He needs 1 more shot. Not enough, I think. Nope. 2 HP.
Follow,
yeah, but the creeps. What about the creeps? They get the last hit. Or not.
Almost. A little bit more experience now for the DK. And now he's almost level 2, but once again, he's low HP. So is the Fiend. Again, the Archmage is chasing with the boots here. Losing these footmen, it was 2, does hurt a little bit, especially if the human may want to consider tier 2 expanding on the back of the turtle, what we mentioned earlier. But it doesn't look like that's the case, because we have the Sanctum coming. Oh, I was wondering, like, did he forget about the blacksmith? But no, he does have the blacksmith in the back of the base.
Okay, hidden right there, but of course you assume the rifleman in this 1 base play. ToD is getting up to level 3, slowly but steady. Boots, of course. DK still level 1. And where to go with this army? I mean, with the Lich it's easier. And the Lich is coming up now. Slaughterhouse here. Mountain King drops out. And the first rifleman coming. 36 supply for ToD. 30 supply for NightEnd, who... Okay, was about to say he forgot the ziggurat, but it just finished that very second. And tier 3 is coming. The calm before the storm.
So is ToD gonna play this as defensively as he did before once again? Looks like it. MK not moving across, not looking for a fight. Understandable, of course. He wants to level. He wants to get to those higher skill points. Every single level is a big upgrade for the MK because he is going for clap. ToD is a big fan of the clap. I'm still not sure if more Stormbolt usage might not be better to focus out single A-bombs, but especially when the armies become really big and you can hit like 4 A-bombs at a time, then it certainly becomes really nice. So
and they did a decent job in spreading the A-bombs in game 2. So yeah, the Stormbolts in the end were the game winner, not the clap in the fight before, that's for sure. Panel of Energy for the DK.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna go for Death Pact this game around. Unholy Aura, of course, is usually always better until suddenly you need healing. You know, Death Pact can win you games in a certain situation, but Unholy Aura, especially for A-bombs, level 2 is really good. Every bit of movement speed that helps to connect with the damage will help you a lot, so very understandable to go for the Aura as well. But it was, after all, what lost him the game in the last one when he lost the hero. Medallion of Courage once again. All right, but not the Katga's pipe.
Indeed. But he was lucky enough in game 1 with that crazy pipe and with all the claws. ToD, what do you get so far? Oh, Crystal Ball. Oh, there's some salt there, I guess. But okay, no game-breaking items.
Has the perfect position for the reveal, though. Sees where NightEnd's creeping.
Level 3 for the DK now, and this Lich has once again 555 mana on level 2.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Not the damage, not the most damage this time, but just so much intelligence and mana in general. Invo Potion and Heal Scroll for the Mountain King. Archmage with the TP should be safe here. And both going for the consumables now. Tech-wise, tier 3 tech is done. Double Slaughterhouse up. Time to get A-bombs rocking. Towers in the base of ToD. Dispel is coming as well, plus the Lumber Mill a little late. Long rifle upgrade here this time.
Yeah.
Big invo for the Mountain King, so nice. Sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Something you always have to be aware of, your MK's positioning, health in general. When he dies, the fight is most likely over. Well, last game, he actually won that fight still in the end, but that was a very, very weird scenario. With the DK and the Lich dying earlier. Third hero, Crypt Lord. Wait, is he not making it this time? He has the resources.
A town is under siege.
No, seems to be playing this dual hero. Ah, there he is.
Okay. Just slightly delayed. AM found his level 4, very important to provide all that aura for his casters and the MK both. The scout farm saw the movement here of NightEnd and
He's fast enough.
doesn't want to give this away too easily, but he gets the item. It's not the greatest, the Linehorn and the Wand of Mastering both not too amazing. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a TP forced.
Just wants the most experience before, but there is the Nova. Swaps the TP on the Lich. And that's the TP out without any losses. Doesn't get the Ogre Warrior though, not the biggest experience anyway. So he's safe, sells the Linehorn, so it's not that expensive. Gets the Orb for this. But still no expansion for ToD. Not on tier 2. Nowhere to be seen. He has the gold with 500, but not the lumber. 50 supply for ToD, 50 supply for NightEnd, who is lacking lumber as well. Destroyer upgrade is done. Crypt Lord is out. Orb of Corruption is there. NightEnd. Oh, there's gonna be a battle for the red spot, I believe. Or is ToD fast enough?
This will be the dream position, of course, for the rifles. We don't even have A-bombs yet, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a little too early. MK looking for the last hit, doesn't get it, but gets the item, and it's a pendant of energy.
Ooh, that's so big. Imagine a Lich with double pendant, or DK and Lich both with a pendant. That's massive. Now we have a 500 mana MK. And most likely the red spot for ToD as well, right?
He's thinking about taking it. Of course, when he goes there, he exposes himself to a bad position.
Yeah, you can backstab with Impale, especially. Sorcerers are coming in, by the way. No, you were waiting for it. Double A-bomb in production.
Exactly. A-bombs on their way. Pretty early here, NightEnd going into upkeep. But the two A-bombs, especially with the disease cloud, will help a ton in prolonged fights. And this army for ToD isn't too big yet. What's the heal scroll count, by the way? 1 is okay. And I guess the Crypt Lord isn't high level yet, so it's not too important.
Yeah.
But would prefer to have 2 even, I would dare to say.
Tug of War. Oh, I like that farm by ToD, seeing if NightEnd is going for a sneaky expansion or not.
Yeah. And there's 2-0 now for the rifles. This is where the damage really starts to come in.
63 supply as well. Oh my god. 57 for NightEnd only. He was a little late with the next Ziggurat, so he has 500 gold, but can't produce. Slight macro mistake here that ToD could punish with this.
Alright, is he gonna go for the quick cam now? It's just her nighttime. He waited for that, for the vision to be
Oh, and he gets a
little
good
bit more
position.
difficult. Yeah, and he's repositioning here. Lining up perfectly for the Impale, though, at the same time.
He wants to backstep though, I guess. Nova, coil. Oh, nice takeout of the Sork. That was big. First
That was
I-bombs are there.
Really nice. Oh, the big one goes to ToD, and that's a big level up as well. Level 4 for the MK now.
Not the greatest item with the Boots of Quel'Thalas. Fiends are starting to get hurt by the Stormbolt. Clap as well. A-bombs are so slow, he can kite against this as long as the slow is there. And the riflemen are such a nice concave here. NightEnd is in trouble.
Impale coming in, hitting okay. Could have been a little bit better perhaps. And yeah, the concave here is absolutely amazing. It's hard to hit too much of anything, honestly. Destroyers are starting to get shot out of the sky, with the second one dying. Impale, this was a big one. Scroll the Beast actually coming in as the Destroyer died. Really good usage. Level 5 for the Archmage as well. He seems to be running away with this fight now. Can he win this? Can he get his way through here in the lower bracket? The DK dropping lower. Used the TP earlier. That one's gone. The Lich has to be the carry as the Crypt Lord dies to the side. The level 1 hero, of course, falls quickly. Lich now looking for the pickoffs with the orb, but he's losing the A-bombs in the meantime.
Yeah. Too much damage from ToD here. Perfect position for the Rifleman. 60 supply versus 40. The statue is about to fall as well. Can he go for a hero kill? There is more Nova. 2 of them, but a coil as well. But 2 more kills for ToD, who's storming into the lower bracket semi-final after being defeated on map number 1. All of a sudden, he has a 20 supply lead, but we've seen this before. If the undead heroes are strong enough, he can still come back. Not going for the coil Nova. As there's the invul. There we go. But not calculating well. There's also the invul. No mana for a Stormbolt though. But we have a level 5 Archmage. Close to level 5 MK Destroyer. Once again sniped. Crypt Lord is back. Hits him with the Impale, but not hitting the Mountain King in the back.
With the defense of the base here, with the help of the slow, he can hold on. Wouldn't be surprised to see an expansion coming up here from ToD. He smashed that last fight.
Yeah, there's a peasant running over already, scouting if there's good ground to build on. The dust has settled with 36 supply for the undead, 62 supply for ToD. That's seriously insane. Shop is coming up, so he can go for breakers, sorcerer's adept upgrade, and more creeping for this MK level 5. Doesn't even have to move the Archmage away. He still has his town portal. Invo potion is gone, but okay, finds a big healing. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's so good. Can go for the invul at the shop now as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is the level 5. Knowing ToD is probably clap.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, he will be contested there, but NightEnd, this is not your time to fight. Heal scroll. No invul. It's ready. He didn't have the gold, but preferring the heal scroll over the invul.
But he just would have had to wait a couple of seconds.
Yeah. It was at like 135 gold or something. How much gold is in the mines? 3,600. 3 A-bombs in the base. And Turtle Rock is almost empty, except a little bit here at the 12 o'clock. And the turtles for ToD, I guess.
And NightEnd's heroes, I don't think they're where they're supposed to be here at this stage. Crypt Lord is supposed to be at least level 2. Ideally level 3. And the other 2 should both be level 4, I think. Maybe even level 5 DK. As the last camp is being taken by ToD.
Pendant of... Oh, here comes NightEnd as well. Pendant of Energy of, by the way, on the Archmage.
Yeah, very weird.
Find here. Ring, right? Yeah, it is a ring.
Maybe just to have a little bit quicker regen on the MK.
Yeah. NightEnd is putting in a lot of mana to snipe those sorcerers constantly. I like that. Because there is no dispel. He can't really go for destroyers anymore, right? There's too much anti-air. Still so much supply in the base of NightEnd. Does he have a TP? No.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Oh yeah, and ToD realized this, I guess. Invis Mountain King, he is cutting this way short. Oh, NightEnd is in trouble. NightEnd might
fast though. Yeah, the aura is coming in. If he gets a slow on the statue, coil. Oh no, only the Nova prevents the coil, and now he's slowed. He needs a destroyer right here. But that's on a pretty long cooldown. This DK might be dead actually. Impale to cover the retreat.
Oh no.
But this is it. This is it.
The clap bolt combo kills the DK, and with that, all the hopes for NightEnd to go further in this tournament. GG ToD. It was a tough task for him. He was down 1 map, but he made it. And 2 tremendous maps on AZ, and Turtle Rock, the anti-human map for more than a decade. But the Frenchman prevails. Quite a few mistakes for NightEnd there, I guess. But ToD, calm as a rock. Not getting pressured into bad situations or anything. And he prevails, and now it's rematch time. Cash versus ToD in the lower bracket semi-final.
Yeah, a chance for Cash to redeem himself. That was the big surprise yesterday, the 2-0 from ToD. Pretty one-sided affair. Down to the top 4 now.
Yeah. We will go
Top
into
two.
a little break here to get some rest because we have a few more series here to come. That was the first one. It was already amazing. Congrats to NightEnd for making us this far. I hope we see you in the next round, in the second qualifier. But now it's time for Russia versus France, ToD versus Cash. See you in a few minutes.